Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Friday, May 29. United States ratings agency Moody's has upgraded Jamaica's government bond rating and government-related entities from CAA2 to CAA3. This means that Jamaica's outlook remains positive and the country will sustain the reform momentum under the Economic Reform Program, which is supported by the International Monetary Fund. In a release, Moody's said its decision to upgrade Jamaica was driven by two main factors. One was debt reduction and a commitment to structural reforms, and the other, improvements in the balance of payments and reduced risks. At the end of the 2014-2015 fiscal year, Jamaica's current account deficit was 5.9% and the debt-to-GDP ratio was roughly 139%. The debt-to-GDP ratio should reach 130.7% by the end of this fiscal year. The governments of Jamaica and the United Kingdom have renewed their partnership to strengthen the fight against illicit drug trafficking for another 3 years. A memorandum of understanding was signed on Thursday to allow both countries to share information, equipment, and personnel to clamp down on drug trafficking.
It is meant as a strong signal to drug dealers, would-be drug dealers, and would-be traffickers that there will be no free passage through our ports of entry.
The British High Commissioner to Jamaica added that the current agreement between Jamaica and the United Kingdom was going well.
So good, in fact, that it's, for us, acted as a model in other parts of the world, and we're pleased that we've been able to replicate it in Africa and elsewhere. And we're also noticing that some of our other partners are looking at it and saying that they are interested in following the examples.
From 2010 to 2014, the police arrested about 1,200 people at different ports of entry for drug possession. Minister Bunting is urging Jamaicans not to use illicit drugs or become involved in drug trafficking. Meanwhile, Jamaicans are being asked to support the global call to stop the illicit trade of tobacco products. That's the theme for this year's observance of World No Tobacco Day on Sunday, May 31. It's also one of the goals of the United Nations Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. At a JIS think tank this week, Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson said it was among the UN FCTC articles commanding government's attention.
The ones that we are deeply concerned about right now is Article 5.3. That speaks to the relationship with public officials. That is of moment to us. Article 6, again, taxation. Of special moment would be Article 13, TAPS, tobacco, advertising, promotion, and sponsorship.
Legal officer in the ministry, Cheryl Dennis, says discussions have already started towards a complete ban on tobacco advertising, promotion, and sponsorship.
We have made significant headway and the discussions so far are positive.
And Executive Director of the Heart Foundation, Deborah Chen, is making it clear that tobacco smoking is more about an addiction and not choice.
It's not a matter of adults who choose to smoke. It's a matter about adults who are addicted and who started to smoke before they were aware enough about what the impact of what they were doing to their health.
The foundation's head also expressed full support for government's move towards comprehensive tobacco control legislation to protect the citizens from the harmful health and financial consequences of tobacco use. Kingston, St. Andrews, St. Catherine, St. James, Clarendon and Westmoreland recorded the highest numbers of child abuse reports between January 1, 2014 and May 15, 2015. As a result, children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison says these are the parishes targeted for a government series of town hall meetings on children's issues. The first was held Thursday at the Edwin Allen High School in Frankfield, Clarendon. The children's advocate used the occasion to encourage greater partnership between government and community members to end child abuse in all its forms.
Let us not just sit back on our laurels and say, what is the government going to do about it? Let us own the problem. Let us recognize that we're a part of the solution, and let us start exposing the wrongdoers who continue to wreak havoc against our children.
The next stop for the town hall meetings on children's issues is Old Harbour in St. Catherine. Parliament will next week host an international conference aimed at strengthening its capacity to oversee public expenditure. The conference will run from June 2 to 4 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel. It's being held in collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme, Parlaméricas, and the Inter-American Development Bank. Participants will include parliamentarians, experts on legislative oversight issues, supreme audit institutions, and professional accounting bodies both locally and overseas. Speaker of the House of Representatives, Michael Peart, says the conference will enhance Parliament's capacity to oversee the operations of government. And finally, passport applications and delivery return to the Constant Spring Road offices of the Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA on Monday. PICA has been running those operations from the National Indoor Sports Centre this week to better handle the rush of Jamaicans seeking to renew their passports. That followed the announced fee increases which take effect on June 1. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.